Morning, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the morning show. Yesterday was really good, and I always have to ask the supporters and viewers, did you enjoy or not? And majority of y'all enjoyed the show on yesterday. Now we have a lot of topics to get into that that I really would love, because I have to get into these topics because it's needed. Everybody else on social media have to understand that mornings are great. I kind of like the mornings. And I was actually, when I was driving, well, I wasn't driving, I was in an Uber, and Angela Yee was playing on WGCI. So I did not know that she had like a morning show. And now that I hear her on the radio and I heard a big chunk of her show, it was like so good. It was like literally so good. It's like social media. When you hear that radio sound, you know how it goes when you hear that radio sound, and it just sounds really good. Like, I'm like, okay, Angela Yee is really doing it. Because at first I'm like, oh, she's boring, she's dry. Good morning, everybody. She's boring, she's dry, she's this and that. And when I tune into the show, no, she's actually good. And so then when I started doing my research on her, I'm like, oh, she live and breathe and eat radio shows. Like, that's radio broadcasting. That is like so good, hearing this broadcast show. So on this beautiful like Saturday, I just was like, oh wow, I love scheduling that and building that up, because I want to have like one of the best morning shows. Yes, EA, it's live. I want to have one of the best morning shows ever, and really building that up, because I like the mornings, because I think the mornings is how you start your day, you start your frustration, you keep the conversations going. You know what I'm saying? You really, really start your day. You drink your coffee and everything. I'm not drinking any more coffee because a lot of times I work. And let me tell y'all, this is the first segment of the day. All that coffee and that heat have me sweating. Anybody that works in healthcare understand that job is very stressful and it's physical demanding. And so I tell everybody, it's hydrate. Whatever job you do, is hydrate. Hydrate is because you are literally let's be clear. You're literally on your feet all day. Like when I get to work, all day I'm working. So I get there, right? And I haven't been there in about 2 months because I'm impotent and everybody know, oh, you in Texas. Why are you in? Because you can. Oh, can you come here for it? No, I cannot right now. Then people are getting fired because they don't want to go to work. And let me say this. Stop picking up all this overtime and you cannot commit. I picked up these days. Go home, go to sleep. Some of y'all be picking up these days and cannot commit. Stop. If you know you can't do 5 doubles, and some of y'all want to do doubles, that's burning you out. I do singles. I could do singles straight. And then when you do singles, take a shower, go to bed, recharge, and then do it again, because it's unfair. I'm speaking from a CNA's perspective. It is unfair when you keep calling off and we got to pull the weight. That is difficult. We already short. If you on a haul, if you need 5 or 6 people, we need more than that. And so if 2 people call off, the people that come to work going to feel that pressure. It's somebody right now that's working in healthcare, understand what I'm talking about. They are short. And that's why the care is not up to par, because instead of having 4 to 5 to 6 people on a unit, you only have about 3 or 4 because you have all of these call-offs, or you don't have employees to put on the schedule. So it's a very challenging moment of that. And yes, you can pay more and do more and offer more benefits. Absolutely, that is the answer. Because a lot of times, if you were offering a certain amount, like $26, $27, $28 an hour, you don't have to just pick up homegirl off the street. You really can see how, okay, is you a good worker? You really can put them through a process because you're offering good money, and then you won't have a high turnaround. And that's why so many places around this country and even around the world, because I was checking some parts of Canada that are short staffed, don't have enough workers in healthcare. It's a very challenging job. It is difficult. It's very needy. and everything. I'm used to it because I've been in the industry so much. I know the ups, the downs. I know to go in, do the best I can, and everything. Like when I go to work, I don't complain. I go there, I'm on my hall, do what I got to do, pull, talk to the residents, make sure they get their med reminders, make sure if they want a shower, that they get the shower because it's there. Make sure I pull their laundry, make sure you get their trash, and do it. Now you may be working extra because the previous shift didn't do their part, but wasting time to complain about that because I know it's not going to change. It ain't going to change. It's just a part of the system here. So, and then after I get through complaining, okay, if you want to complain, go. After you get through complaining, guess what? You still got to do all that work. So I'm going to do it. And if I do need to send an email or a text or some blah, 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 they didn't do this, then I can do that. But just wasting time and complaining, thinking that work going to go away is not. You might as well go to another industry. You will have some lazy CNAs that won't change people. And then now you got to come in. They pissy all the way up to their neck. They pissy all the way in. They're just pissy and shitty. Y'all know this. I'm keeping it real. I'm going to keep it real ghetto. Pissy and shitty. And then you in some place you ain't got no towels. So how you going to clean all this shit and piss and you ain't got no towels, no wipes, none to do with? You know what I'm saying? It's difficult because you have facilities like that don't believe in wipes. They believe in linen, but they don't have enough linen. Why? I don't know. Because they're short in the laundry department, or they don't want to invest more in their laundry services, et cetera, et cetera. So that affects you as a CNA. Give me what I need to work. I shouldn't have to go look for a diaper, but I worked in places you can't even change so because you got to look for a whole diaper. Ain't no diapers all in the building. You got to go sneak and go steal somebody else's diaper. You just got to go look for a diaper. This is the reality in some of these places, and that's the failed management. But they know this is an issue. We complain all the time. There's no changes. And so those type of places I try to flee from, and I have flee from because it's crazy. Like no diapers. I worked in some places, they were still having cloth diapers so they can rewash it. I had to leave that because it was filthy and nasty. So I worked in a lot of filthy and nasty places. I worked in some places that were good. They weren't perfect, but they were more. It's one particular place out of all the places that I worked at when I was working there was great. It was a good facility. It was a good vibe. But I've worked in some places that was not so good. But this is the reality that a lot of CNAs go through, and it's a lot of great CNAs. People focus on the bad ones, but it's a lot of good ones that do the best that they can, that shower people, that feed people, that make sure they're clean, make sure they're being changed. It's a lot of good ones, but a lot of the good ones get burnt out because you are doing everybody else's job, which if everybody share the load, it won't be difficult. But in reality, that's not going on. People are just getting the money, and it's just the system. Like I said, the system is broken when it comes to CNAs. The system are broken. They treat us like trash. They treat us like we are disposable. You have a facility in Chicago that didn't pay their nurses. Even there's some of their nurses, they had nurses working, didn't pay them. They paid them and then took the check back. So now, they're quitting and all of that. So it's a lot of issues when it comes to like CNAs and like nurses, like especially like the CNA. I can speak for the CNA perspective. It's a lot that they go through, underpaid, undervalued, especially underpaid. And so now CNAs, you can go to a facility making $2 more. Guess where you're going? You're going there making $2 more. CNAs are not staying in companies for 30, 40 years. They saying the maximum I've stayed at a place was about 4 to 5 years. And the only reason why I left the place is because it was getting difficult of the drive, and then bad snowstorms. You had to get on them icy highways. Other than that, I probably would have still been there because, like I said, it was one of the best, places that I've worked at. And I would, if I was elderly, I would want to be in a place like because the food was just incredible. But you got to imagine the demographic of the people. Those are not just poor folks; those are people that are rich, got long generational money, football, retired coaches, retired players, that go to those type of facilities where it's like very, very high maintenance. But the food was incredible. I judge it by that food. I was eating it. It was seasoned right. I was like, ooh, it was good. I'll be ready for them residents. I go right there and get me a plate and be right there eating. Okay, because we used to back. I don't know if they can still do it now. We used to eat with the residents because it's like communication. We have conversation, and we used to eat with the residents, which was a good vibe. We build that relationship. But some place I worked at, they don't want to give us a lunch. And I come on now, you know you should give your staff some lunch. We hungry. We burning this energy. We can't hardly take a lunch break because some places I worked at, some places couldn't even hardly take a lunch break because it was so much work. I couldn't even get a break in. It was just so much work. And before you know it, once you in the zone, by the time you look up, it's time for them to eat lunch. And then it's 1:30. It's time for them to go home. You know, so it's the time move by so fast when you are in a place where it's short staff. I've worked in places like that when I didn't eat. My ankle is sore, my leg is sore, and everything. And I would be doing doubles. It's a nurse home. I'm not gonna say these people names because I got some people in the bushes. I'm more powerful now. So I'm gonna just generalize this. I was working at a place now. I had to hop out there. It was so difficult. Then we had to stand in the dining room. We couldn't even sit down. We had to stand and watch I was just in so excruciating pain. And I was doing 16 shifts because I was so afraid that I was going to get evicted and I never wanted to go back home. But praise God that I've worked here. I can sit and then I could just do that job. And so I thank God that I can do that. That I don't have to sit here and do 16. And if you do it in a place where it's not that much work to do, because some places are just too bad. It's just too much. It's too much. They said I worked 8 hours last night, got to sit down. Yeah, that's a blessing. So, but yeah, anybody knows that morning shift is the worst shift ever in nursing homes. I'm going to say it again. That morning shift is the worst shift ever. Okay? It's the worst shift ever. That's 6 to 2 or 7 to 3. Most places are saying 6 to 2 now. It's the worst because you have 2 meals. You have showers, and you're probably in a place to where it's short staff. Like right now, people are getting, they're short staff right now. They're really, really short staff. Most of these places are short staff. And a lot of it comes from the top because they would say, oh, it's the government giving it up. But then when you look at their profit share, it's incredible for their shareholders. But yet it's not trickling down. It's not trickling down to their staff. It's not trickling down to the staff. And then that's why people are, you know what I'm saying, go somewhere else. Now, you know what I'm saying? That's why, like this person said here, Laugh Out Loud TV said, quote, now, Wally, I only got a chance to sit down one time. We are extremely busy. We extremely busy. We always on the go. We got to take notes, and if you're in a supportive living, or they call it supportive living. When I was coming up, they was calling it assisted living. Now they call it a supportive living. If you're in assisted living, right, you are pretty much have to give them their meds. Now, remind them that they have to take their meds. You have to remind them, hey, this is your med reminder. And you have to sit and watch them take it. Now, in some places where you work as a supportive living facilities, the nurse do not be there 24 hours. If you're in a total, just a supportive living facility, and that's all what it is, some places in the place that I'm at, the nurse leave at a certain time. They leave in this case, they leave at 7. So that means from 7 all the way up till they come back to 7 in the morning, you are in charge. Like if a patient is having a crisis, you got to call 911. You got to write out the incident report. You got to get their face sheet. You got to contact the family. If they're on hospice, you got to call hospice. I worked in a facility where it wasn't a supportive living. It was a place where we did all the cooking, the cleaning, we did everything, right? It was like this was their home. They sold it like this is your home, but it's still a facility. And then you have to give out their meds. The reason why I left that place of slavery is because they wanted to pay you on like $13.50 an hour. And I said, this ain't worth it for no $13.50 an hour. First of all, I can't cook like that. I'm burning up them burgers or smoking up in there. Then you got to give medicine. Then you got combative residents. And how can you cook when when you ain't got enough staff like that. Like, no, it was too much. But they're trying. That's a good idea. Have that, but you should have a minimum of 3 to 4 CNAs where they can help and move around. But these places don't. But the reason why they don't, because they paying you $13, $15 an hour, $13.50, $14. That's not enough to survive in this market, especially the way how inflation and cost of living is on. But that's why I have to encourage my CNAs, encourage my healthcare workers. It's a lot, even in the hospital, they're short staffed, because that's why the wait time is so high. They're short of doctors, they're short of nurses, definitely short of nurses. And so that's why, you're in the hospital. I talked to somebody last night. They was in the hospital with their mother. They was in there. They took their mother to the hospital at 8:30 at night, and they didn't leave that hospital until 9 in the morning. That's how challenging and short these hospitals are. It's very challenging. And so that's why a lot of times with the CNAs, they get burnt out, caregiver burnout, because they working over, they doing doubles, because the place is so short, and they beg you all the time, can you do a double? Can you do it? Now, at first, I told y'all, I was like, oh, let me do all these shifts. And she was like, oh, no. And I thought she didn't give it to her. She said, we just going to put you on 11 and 12, and we'll see how you like it. We will see how it go. Baby, when I looked at that paper, all them days that I said I wanted, I did it. I'm not going to complain about it, because I agreed to do it. But when I go to my home life, okay, I have my YouTube show. I'll do that in the morning, and do that in the morning, and I, what I'm saying, then I contribute to these shifts, and I do that. Then when I come home, get off, take a shower, or go to sleep, wake up a little early to prepare for the show, a little tad bit early, prepare for the show, instead of being up on that computer, because time get away, because you would be on the computer for one thing and then watching Netflix. I said, let me go to sleep. And so that's working. I don't even open up my laptop until like the morning. And then I get up about 4:30, like 4:35 to prepare for this particular episode. Now, let's get into these topics. I just had to open up with the healthcare part, because I know I got a lot of healthcare workers in the house. They said CNAs be taking care of so many patients at one time during a 12-hour shift. It's hard. Our CNAs make a minimum of $21. I work in assisted living before. The staff were truly angels in the nicest places I ever worked, but it's an upscale facility. Yes, I've worked at an upscale facility, but I'm more so speaking about places that are not so upscale. I'm talking about majority of these places are not really upscale. They're just, and it's a lot of work. And like right now, I make about $18.50. I think it's $18.50, or was it 19? I think it's $18.50. It could be $19.50 or $18.50. I think it's $19.50. Yeah, $19.50. No. $18.50. $18.50. It's not $19.50. That was the other place. This is $18.50. So, and it's supportive living. That's pretty decent for supportive living, but because of the climate of these supportive, some of these people are not that. Some of these people are they're getting more needy, right? So for this particular place, in my humble opinion, the place needs to be a solid $20 an hour, because they're extremely short there for $18.50. I'm gonna repeat that. That's a decent amount. Like, if you're seeing it, that's a decent amount if you do it full time. But Illinois, you got federal taxes, and then you got state taxes. That would be really good in Texas, because you don't have federal state taxes. I believe you just got federal. Here you have federal and you have state, and the taxes here is very high here. Like, the taxes here is very difficult. So a lot of people are doing triples and doubles and everything like that. And that place is extremely short. They had about 6 people sign. She hired 6 people for orientation. Nobody showed up for orientation. They are short staff for $18.50. Now, they're short staff for $18.50. What do you think places that are making less than $18.50 are dealing with? I'll wait. If a place that's making $18.50 an hour is dealing with being short staffed, what do you think a place that are dealing with that's dealing with less than $18.50, that's dealing with $16 an hour, and that's the place that you got Big Mama, and you wonder why she got a sore and smelling bad and ain't showering months or years? So this is where I try to give y'all the reality And it's not just to see people just look at the Senate, it's above us, it's above our pay grade of those at the top that are making these decisions. And then also we have to blame Congress as well, because there needs to be a law where it's a certain amount of residents that a CNA should be able to do on per shift. But they don't really have that in some places. A little trickle. They need that to make the industry better. They said my friend is a travel CNA. I think she makes no less than 35. Yeah, but some people don't want to do travel. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of work. You know, that's a lot of work when you travel. People want to just stay in the air. They said no matter where you work, everybody. Yeah, so so that's just how that goes for me. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. This is my opinion. For me, I don't even have time to be on my phone at work. Like, I don't even do any updates unless I'm on like my lunch break. Really get that, because it's so needy. Because these people, and some people take a lot of medicine, and you have to wait till they swallow each pill. Have to swallow, and then if they don't take it, you have to contact the nurse. You have to fill out paperwork because they refuse, so it all be documented. But it's a lot. It's a lot. But I talk to y'all about, when I go there, it's whatever. I don't complain. If it's an emergency or something that's coming up, I send a text. Boom, 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 put it in writing, and I move on. But just complaining. No, I can tell y'all, because it's a great story to let y'all know, you know, about the industry, about how the industry is. Yeah, how the industry is. So, but yeah, if don't nobody want to work, I'm telling you, they're sure they was happy to see me come back. Because everybody that I was with, and mind you, I've been with this company 2 months. Everybody pretty much that was there gone. And only like two, three ladies that I see that are there that I remember that were there. But the rest of the people, they all gone. They was getting fired. They went, and this one, like, they gone because they got fired. They weren't just showing up. They just wasn't showing up to work. That's why you go and be peaceful, document, do your job, talk softly, you know, hey, this is document, and yes, okay. Someone said New Jersey has regulated CNA to patient ratios. This was enacted right after COVID by the governor. That's a good point. And I didn't even know that about New Jersey. And I want to dive more about that. I'm going to look more into that and see about that. Okay, so let's get into these topics. Now, this going to really trigger y'all for a second. It's going to trigger y'all. I understand, so just going to get triggered. But Donald Trump may be the next president of the United States of America. If not Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis. The reason why I say Donald Trump will be the president, because I see a warning signs here, and it's not good for the Democratic Party. Number one, I've done multiple polls of my people, and everybody's saying Trump. They don't want Biden. The issue that I think that people are forgetting, I was in a major debate with Blue Skies. Blue Skies and I was in a debate. Blue Skies was pissed on the phone because she don't like Trump, and she was over it. But I was telling her, I was saying, listen, Trump, you cannot underestimate Trump and what the DOJ is doing. They're trying to rush this to trial because they know once they get closer to the election, Trump is going to argue to the Supreme Court, to them, that this is election interference. So that's why they're trying to rush. Even though Trump is cussing out, he kind of like dragged the DA in Fulton County, said that she had an affair with a gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that he had an affair with a gangbanger, and he put that out on his social media. He was at a rally. So, you know, so Trump is that type of way. So when I do a poll with the people in my chat and I ask them Trump or Biden, majority of the people, and I'm gonna do a new poll on Monday, but majority of the people, they pick Biden. I'm sorry, they pick Trump. They literally pick Trump. Even Trump won about 2 to 3 percentage points. They pick Trump. So I think a lot of people think, oh, some people are part of America. Oh, he ain't gonna win, but don't underestimate him. All this promo, a lot of black men are saying they're going to vote for him as well, but it's a lot. And I want to know, when we open up the phone lines, you guys, I want to know. I want to speak to y'all, and you tell me who you're going to vote for. But for me, for right now, I'm going to give President Biden my vote. And the reason why I'm going to give President Biden my vote is because some stuff was canceled under my student loans, some of schools that I went to that was canceled, that was shut down by the Department of Education. I love that he kept all the interest rates down, like zero interest rate. Like he's really trying to make sure that students that borrowed money, like they're not getting borrowed down with high interest. So if you are the type of person that were paying your student loans, if you want to keep paying to pay it off, yeah, I probably will vote for President Biden on that regard. And I also probably will continue to have Biden because of the infrastructure bill, because it's helping so many people that own businesses that want to get into infrastructure, that are getting roads built, internet. A couple of my subscribers talking about they have a thing for the internet now that you can get government assistance, a discount on your internet, and that they can't really cut off your internet. It's a certain amount of time that you have, like you have an extension with your internet now. That's all due President Biden have programs as well. Even the infrastructure bill is a project too. And that's a really good project because what it does, it creates and operates jobs, for the people. But I will probably vote for President. Is President Biden perfect? No, he's not perfect at all. But President Biden, I believe, have done a great service of offering as many programs as possible. And we're going to dive into those programs because the problem is President Biden have some wins, and we don't talk about the wins. President Trump, I would also argue with President Trump that he have so much, I don't know, like his clear agenda. Like he just saying all this stuff. He's arguing and fighting. I need to know a clear agenda. But as right now, President Biden have a clear agenda, and I believe like he's a great, he's a great. For right now, he's doing all right. That could change because you asked me if I were to vote today, who would I vote for? I would give my vote to President Biden today, but that could change next year. It could drastically change next year. But as of right now, for getting that letter from the Department of Education of that counseling, I say I would give it to. As of right now, it will be President Biden. I would give my vote to for right now. But I would give it to. And then also, I'm a huge fan of Kamala Harris, and people have to understand if the president, because they say because of his age, we understand his age. That's why he voted, or he put somebody on his ticket, Kamala Harris, somebody younger, an attorney, a fierce leader, and he only put a black woman on there is because of black people really spoke up. He didn't want the black people to, especially black women, to not vote for him because he wouldn't have been the president. So I kind of like that, you know what I'm saying? I really, and I'm a huge fan of Kamala Harris. And Kamala Harris have definitely put in a lot of good work on the scene about women's, about in the hospital. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of brothers don't understand because they're not women. But brothers that had women that are girlfriends or their wives that died on the table because of the mismanagement of the hospital, they understand what Kamala Harris is standing for. And she's not doing this because she's doing it because she's very passionate, because the data speaks. It's a lot of women that are dying because of childbirth. A lot of women are not being believed of pain, of them having issues. A lot of doctors don't know how to talk to our black women when they become patients in these hospitals. Let's be real, they don't. So I like that about Biden. For the thing about Trump, I like him as a comedian. He's a huge, so funny. But as this goes, he the reason why a lot of things that could have been better for the country, he could have done it. You know what I'm saying? He installed those justices on the Supreme Court that was conservative, so extreme that they said no to the student loan debt cancellation. They said no. They threw out affirmative action. And those judges, most of the reason why this was able to happen because of Trump, he was able to have those Supreme Court just to install there. So they got a lifetime appointment. So when he did that, I was like, I'm not with that, because I see the route that these white wing nutcases go through. They're extremely extreme with affirmative action. We do know that it worked. It was more balanced, and a lot of white women were able to benefit from that. And then California, that was like the first state to go away with affirmative action, and they don't have that much diversity in their colleges. And it's going to harm students that are making the good grades, because college is going to have to go another way. So we have to get that together. But I have to talk about that. If I haven't had the choice of who I'm going to vote for, it's definitely going to be President Biden. That's my opinion. You have your own. You get your own opinion. You know what they say? Everybody got a butthole. Use it. But it's my opinion, not yours. It's mine, because you can get a butthole and use it. Okay. I don't care if it's brown. If you want to vote for Trump, that's your opinion, and I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be mad at you if you do choose Trump. That's I'm not going to be bad at people that will choose. I want everybody to participate in the process. That's the problem. People ain't participating. Participate. Use your right to participate in this process. Do it. And whoever you vote for, that's your decision as an American citizen. All right. So I want to get to Tyrese, and I'm gonna play this video that I said about Tyrese, because y'all get on my damn nerves with this. But y'all sent it to me to talk about Tyrese. So give me a second while I bring Tyrese this video up. Okay. Now clearly, I am on, like, literally on my break, and this is what pops this, and I see this on the Neighborhood Talk, and I just immediately goes live because I see it.
Is Tyrese is suing Home Depot because they decided to do their job, follow the procedure, and not allow his construction workers to use his credit card that don't match their name. He's going in there and it's saying Tyrese Gibson and it's saying Rodriguez. They're not going to do it. It look like fraud. If you have to hear them, they say Tyrese Gibson and then your ID said Rodriguez or Jose, they're not going to do that. That lawsuit for $1 million is not racial discrimination. It's them doing their damn job. Tyrese, cry me a river, go pay your child support, and stop going and suing hard-working American companies. Get with it, boy. Stop it. You was just crying because you weren't paying your child support. You needed some help. You need some assistance. You need a lawyer's help. But now you're suing Home Depot because they're doing their job. You would want them to do their job because, again, they did not want to file and get a fraudulent charge on Home Depot by a celebrity. Stop it.
Okay, so I said that, and people's like, "Oh, but you do know black people can be named Rodriguez." I'm telling a joke, honey. But Tyrese is doing too much. He is suing Home Depot for racial discrimination because apparently people are telling me he was with his construction workers and they had his credit card, but their ID wasn't matched to the credit card. And he says it's racial discrimination. Well, first and foremost, that's not discrimination. I mean, they're within their rights to refuse you service if you are showing up with a credit card and you got a credit card that say boxer briefs, but then on your ID is saying feminine products, women feminine products. Like, no, like you have to match up to what it on your credit card. Everybody, you should want that. Honestly, I believe that store did right. And then people say, well, that's not a store policy. But technically, it probably is a store. Yes, it is a store policy. That's a policy. That's common sense that we're not going to give you that you pay with this high expensive stuff and your credit card don't match up with your ID. Like that's dumb. We do know that many stores does that. Like this is right. He only doing this for clout. He's doing this for attention. He's a little manic. This man been going live and live and live. He don't even know half the stuff he's talking about. So he went live a couple of days ago talking about R&B. He didn't even know half the songs. He didn't know what was going on. He needed them in sleep. He's a lot. He's, in my eyes, he's manic, extremely manic. You know you are manic because you're sitting here doing all this talking about all this crap about Home Depot. That's just weird. You know you're not going to get $1 million from Home Depot. That lawsuit is going to be thrown out. You already know it. That lawsuit that you're doing with Home Depot is going bye-bye. I'm going to say it again. It ain't going nowhere. That lawsuit with Home Depot is going bye. It's going to get thrown out. Y'all are filing these lawsuits. If it ain't y'all throwing no chairs or you're rushing to the courthouse, this is ridiculous. How about you, Tyrese? Get you some counseling and some help, because this doesn't sound right. When this story came out, I immediately went on an attack to Tyrese. And then people are saying, you are a pick me, fix your eye. You should sue the eye doctor for messing up your eye. And I'm like, what does my eye have to do with me saying that the lawsuit is all for clicks and views and clout? And when people did that, immediately, I knew then that people have their own narrative. But let's be clear. You cannot claim racial discrimination unless it was all matched. Okay, say for instance, it matched with the name and they said, we're not gonna accept this. Go back to Mexico, then I can understand that. But it didn't match. The name, it just did not match. So they within their rights to do it. I think it's a good safety net for the company to do that, because you don't want people to be using folks' credit cards and getting these huge purchases, and then their name, and you're not asking for ID. You know, they will always ask for ID. If you're in places like this, some places don't, but I've been in places where they ask for your ID. Absolutely. And then you were angry. See, Tyrese was angry. He cried. Nobody bought his music, and we talked about that. I gotta put that in the short, either short or a small video. So yeah, I gotta find time. So when I get some free time, it's a lot of stuff I gotta do in smaller clips, because we did cover that with Tyrese's song. We was in Dallas covering that. Like we literally broke that down to a T and quote the lyrics of that song. We quote the lyrics. They said some people need to feel relevant, and Tyrese is one of those people. He's one of those people, and everybody is concerned about Tyrese. I'm concerned about him as well. And we're going to see how this lawsuit. Now, we will cover the lawsuit, to be fair. We will cover the lawsuit because he said it was racial discrimination. And I know a lot of people say, well, Wiley, you can't tell a person not to file a lawsuit. Who are you to tell a person not to file a lawsuit? I get it. So I understand. I can't tell a person to file or not file, but I can give my opinion whether it was stupid or whether it was good. And I think it was a bunch of cow manure. To be honest, I think it was a bunch of boo-boo. You sitting here and you're filing a lawsuit against Home Depot for $1 million. Come on now. Home Depot did the right thing. Like everybody that I'm saying is in the chat right now saying Home Depot did the right thing. Everybody is in the chat saying that. Everybody, you ask them, they will say he's on the right thing. They said that this this was on an article on I believe it's on the Today Show. They said singer Tyrese says he is suing the home improvement store over an alleged incident involving two of his employees. They're saying that Tyrese accused Home Depot of discriminatory misconduct in a lawsuit filed this week. August 9th, the singer and the Fast and Furious actor filed a lawsuit alongside two other plaintiffs against the home improvement store over the incident that say occurred in February of this year. Now, mind you, it occurred in February. We in August. Anyway, let's keep reading. NBC News obtained a complaint filed to the Superior Court of the State of California, County of Los Angeles, Central District, which claims the actor experienced outrageous discriminatory mistreatment and consumer racial profiling as Home Depot retail location in West Hills, California on February 18, 2023. They said, why cause Tyrese Gibson to sue? Oh, I'm sorry. What caused? They said Gibson lawsuit claims that he had two other plaintiffs, Eric and Hernandez, who regularly provided construction services for the actor went to the Home Depot on February 11th to purchase items for an ongoing project at the actor's home. After the cashier allegedly took 20 minutes to scan the items, Gibson said he recognized an approach by shoplifters. The actor decided to wait in his car to prevent a disturbance before leaving the store. Gibson said he told the cashier that Mora and Hernandez will complete the transaction. However, the two men were allegedly denied their items, prompting Gibson to return to the store and provide identification to complete the purchase. The lawsuit also claimed that the manager refused to speak to him despite Tyrese Gibson's request to speak to them. Quote, the actions of the cashier and manager were discriminatory based on race and origin. The lawsuit said there's no other possible explanation for the mistreatment of plaintiff. The transaction was refused. And now they're saying, this is his lawyer. They said the lawsuit goes on to claim, the lawsuit goes to humiliation and demeaning. Wow. So, but I just want to say, they said he's suing for $1 million in damages, negligence, and hiring, screening, training, supervising, and retaining the manager and cashier involved. They want them all fired. Home Depot said this. Home Depot provided a statement to Today, said about not tolerating discrimination in any form, diversity and respect for all people are the core to who we are. We do not tolerate discrimination in any form. This, it ain't gonna go nowhere. Hey, California girl, thank you so very much for the super sticker. You got $5. Thank you so very much. Love you. Okay, love you for that. And he said, and he actually announced this lawsuit on Instagram because in a post Tyrese shared on a video from the incident where he addresses the store employees following the incident. Additionally, in a statement given to NBC, he said that his people, his employees, are part of his team, have made contributions to the vision for over a decade. So he's doing a little work around his house. So this is a lot that he's going through, and we gotta pray for him but this ain't going nowhere. Like, come on, it got to be more to this story. Like, I don't know if Tyrese was there because this is what Tyrese said he was, but it's definitely a policy. It's a store policy. Yeah, it's a store policy. Yeah, but they will file lawsuits in a second. As I said, you got to be careful. These people will file these lawsuits. Give me a second. They will file it in a second. Now, I'm going to go to this other topic here from Tyrese because you need to have several seats. Okay, you need to have several seats here. So a whole lot of seats, do that for real, for real. Now, I have to talk about Jaguar right here. And everybody was saying about Jag that Wiley, you said Jag can come stay with you as though to deflect. And a lot of people hate Jag. Do I hate this woman? No. I just want to get help because I understand what she go through. Now they're doxing this woman. They're posting stuff all about her on Sean Davy Wade Discord. They're taking like credit of calling the DeSoto Police Department. They're posting it all on the Discord. The screenshots that I've seen. This is very sad. And then he's on another app as well posting stuff because she is saying his full government name. He's heard about that. He don't want people to know about his government name. And she said with so much conviction and she's trying to go after him. Her friend have filed, they're in a federal, they're trying to process serve him, but he can't afford the process server. So Sean Davy Wade address was given, and so he trying to pull up and serve him or get a process server, and he's trying to it's a lot of going on over there. I'm like, how you don't have money for a process server? I just don't understand that. How you don't have money for a process server? If you don't have money for a process server, you shouldn't be suing. And then now Sean Davy Wade saying in there, he posting the stuff that he's his lawyer information that he's gonna file this case in upcoming days. So I'm like, y'all wasting the court's time with this. None of y'all got them type of resources for that, and it's going to backfire. You got Jaguar, right? Her friend, he filed a lawsuit. It's about to get thrown out because I'm hearing, from my understanding, they don't even understand what is this lawsuit based off of. You know what I mean? So it's a lot, like people are playing games with the courts. They just playing games. It just doesn't make any sense. And Jag need the help. She was already triggered. Now you're gonna see them continue to do this, and it's dark because it don't have any dialogue, and half the stuff that Jag talk about, it don't make sense. You really have to be in that sector for it to make sense. And because I'm not in that sector, like watching it, it don't make sense to me at all. And the only reason why I'm saying something about it today is because the police was called. That's the only reason. And people said, and I don't care what she said out her mouth, as long as she, ain't harming anybody. But I will say is that doesn't give anybody the right to create a lie to bring police. We said that was a great topic. Bringing the cops to the house. I don't agree with that, because when you do that you're taking it too far. You're taking it too far, and everybody have to. And I was talking to someone. They were saying this about Sean. They was like, I just over it. He got distracted. He got gooped. What happened to his content? He used to be on these stories, but he's so distracted because they are literally harassing Sean David Wade. They're reaching out to his ex-girlfriend. That guy got her number. Like they're reaching out to his inner circle, his family members. Like he's dealing with a lot of harassment. So, and a lot of stuff you don't want to have. And my suggestion is not to continue to talk about it. Just focus on the content. But it's difficult. It's difficult because she attached herself. She played him. And what Jag do, she's not stupid. She will go to your enemy and your ops and team up with them. She have always done it. And they're just doing it a step further. They're finding information about this man, and they're digging and it's harming him. Like it's harming him. I believe it's harming. He's embarrassed that they are literally doing this, and they're not letting off his neck. They have never been the same. Never. They ain't been. He haven't been the same since this incident occurred. I would have not known nothing about it if he wouldn't respond to it. But that's what they do. They respond to stuff and everything. Like Jack, she called me yesterday. I didn't answer. I was busy. That's what she does. And she talks weird, and it didn't make any sense. But I was like, listen, Jack, I got to let you go. And then she's like, wait a minute. I'm trying to explain to you about this situation. I don't need you to explain to me about the situation. I don't need to talk to you right now. I am busy. We're not cool. We're not friends. I don't care what ideas you have. For right now, what Jaguar Wright needs, she need to get herself together instead of all these ideas that she says she have and all these things that she want to do in her career. We get it. You want to do things in your career. You want to go ahead and be something. But right now, you go do that. I'm just going to sit aside. Everybody's like, go to that courthouse. And people showing up. People about to show up to the courthouse. It's like, I just don't understand. Like, this is going to turn into a circus. And I'm not going to that. I'm definitely not going to that. I'm not going to no circus. And that if her court date is September 20th, because sometimes they can push it, change it. Yes. Yeah, so she be calling. Yes, as you sound like how you would say she be calling. I know I didn't say that lady. She calls me all the time, and I don't answer. I come and handle it well, but I won't be going to no courthouse. No, I'm booked and busy. I have goals. This Jaguar thing, it's a strong possibility for who I talk to that she can go to jail for what she did. And I don't even agree with the whole going to trial thing, because that was stupid. And then she want to do a bench trial. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? I'm surprised that you were able to get a way to still tell a story to stuff that you said about the police department. I'm just something that you were able to get away from that, from the police department. That's the part that I'm just like, oh, you were able to get away with that? So that's how I look at it. But let's be clear when it comes to Jag, she's gonna always be a woman to give her opinion. As long as she can talk, she can talk. She's that way. She's an amazing. She will make an amazing audible book. Yeah, she will make an amazing audible book, but she can't focus on that. I talk about her, and some people be like, "Oh, you too harsh." I'm not harsh enough. You think that's harsh? And then when I looked at when we trying to get the information from the Southern Police Department, that 911 tape, it's going to be a little process, but I want to get it so we can play that 911 tape and plan it and all of that, so we can get that involved, so we can see like what happened on the 911 tape. I want to know who called that. I'm just curious. Like, I'm kind of like nosy. Like, I want to know who did that. Ooh, I just want to know. So I gotta see. I just gotta get a copy of that to why they do that. You know how you get nosy, you like, ooh, I want to know about that. You know, like a little kid in the candy store. They said they're the ones who, you know, I just want to go see it. But you know, because she's out on bail, and it was something. I can't wait till like a new episode. Like, it's kind of right. Like, I don't watch when she's just regular go. Like, I gotta see when she's in her zone and everything. Yeah. I'm gonna do some more Jaguar Wright stuff, but it gotta make sense. And y'all give me, so if anybody's some homework, if y'all want me to do some more Jag content, send me some timestamps. Okay, send me a timestamp. And send me a timestamp. Send it to my DM. Don't comment in the chat because I'm not gonna read the chat. Send it to my DM, and when you send it to my DM, then I'll talk about it. Yeah, send it to my DM, and I dive into it. Yeah, send it to my DM right now of every little, like, the highlights of her, because she goes on the rail. Give me time stuff. Don't try to summarize it, because some of y'all be summarizing it wrong. Like when we get into this whole Tasha K piece. So I need you all again to give me timestamp. I'm gonna say it again. Don't try to summarize it, because y'all be getting it wrong. And I need to hear it, because I hear it differently how you hear it. So again, send me the timestamps. And then I can come back and I can give something, and we can do that for Sunday morning show, for tomorrow morning show. But give me the timestamps of it. I don't need to know her food. The people that I focus on is Jag, because she's a superstar. I don't need her employees, her boy toys. Okay, her you know, her dirty, washing her dirty laundry if she has some. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's how we roll. If you notice on this show, we only talk about big people that you know. That's who we talk about here. Do you hear what I'm saying? It have to make sense. And we this is what we do on this show. We talk about these entities. It have to make sense. So for her, since y'all like her so much and love her so much, hey, just send me the timestamp so we'll talk about it. I don't mind talking about it, but I have to hear what she say. Because she lived with me, of course. Yeah, she lived with me. Mm-hmm. Come on. Live me right up on this show. Look at us together, and we can just sit and talk. Okay, she living me right here on y'all screen. She's living with me. You're triggering me. You're triggering me. You're triggering me. Lawsuit. Like, oh, I gotta go play that over again. You're triggering me. I can't wait. Oh, I wish. Like, I love her in the sense because she's entertained. She is entertaining. And when y'all didn't get the radio show version, when I played this on Station Head, make sure y'all go to my Station Head. We're gonna do after show after this. Go to my Station Head, and when I tell you on Station Head, we got it in over there because we played the audio of that, and you don't even see the visual, but because she's so powerful and entertaining with her voice, she's very animated. And I see them in the bushes, and I thought, and they was in trees and bushes, and it's a more I want to say about it, but I'm not gonna say about that. But and all that. But this is what we had it. And they said, where can you find the video or the Wiley show over here? Because we giving nobody no free press, and we have blocked about 5 people. And they will not come back because you can't put my name and post about what I have to do if you be blocked and removed. I don't care if you've been here for 55,000 years. Don't come to my DM. Don't even come to Vegas. I don't want to see you at all. I don't want to see you down the street. I will act like you don't exist. Okay, because we don't play. They can't post Wiley Day. Okay, you want some free promo? Hit the Cash App $ Marquise Wiley 28 $ Marquise Wiley 28 $ Marquise Wiley 28. You post it, you go on, and I don't care if you've been there for 35 years. I will act like you don't exist, and then I will say you're triggering me. Lawsuit, go in the house, lawsuit, because she can't stand the post. I couldn't, I understand, Jag. Girl, and they got you playing like that. So we got to make a phone call to the Solar Police Department. We got to make another phone call because they was on some games this episode. I'm gonna do it on Monday. Got to make another little phone call to them. Yeah, because that was wrong, y'all. Honestly, that was wrong. And if I hear Sean Davy way up on there, that's gonna be some good content. If I see a sweatbox with a crown on that recording, I'm about to have a fun day with that content. I hope y'all was smart not to use y'all real voice. Some of y'all not that smart. And you can't go back and delete it because it's all documented. It's documented on there. Yeah, it's documented. So it's recorded. So I'm curious. I got to hear who called, because he said several. I want to hear those several calls, all those calls. I need to hear it. I need to hear it. All right. Was that, I need to hear it. I need to hear it. Y'all trying to outdo the B sector. I'm like, I ain't mad at you. But I'm going to call this the psycho sector. That's what I'm calling it. We got the Section 8 sector, but this is the psycho sector. I'm officially naming it the psycho sector. You got the B sector, you got the psycho sector. This is the psycho sector. Yeah, this is the psycho sector. Okay. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it, the psycho sector. Let's move right. We're literally gonna call this the psycho sector. All right. We got 2 more topics in here because I have to call it that. Now, y'all, the psycho sector. Now here we go. I want to get in here. Where is this at? Do we have that in here? Where is that at? Oh, wow, wonderful. I got it. Okay. So everybody was saying, Nicki Minaj. Oh, this is gonna be. Remember, she wrote this tweet yesterday. The greatest song I ever written. My goodness, Open the Vault, played it last night, and the reaction. My babies have to have this. The world need this. Trees will grow, y'all. I'm in love. I'm not kidding, y'all. She wrote that 11:37, 8:10, 23. So she knew something was about to drop, and it wasn't about her music and no vote. It wasn't about her music and her vote. It was about her husband trying to take this woman's trying to take her existence. Okay. This woman, I want y'all to get a full picture of her. This is the only good picture because she don't take that many pictures. This is a picture when she was in her car. But this woman, Jennifer Hugh, is a victim of you know what I'm saying, of Kenneth Petty. He was a victim. He R-words her, and everybody called her a liar. Even I had my reservations about her. But now she have evidence. She showed pictures. It's all on the internet. I'm not going to show the pictures of her as a victim, but she showed pictures. She showed everything about her. They went all the way back to, and this was definitely on, give me a second, because they posted this on the internet. This is no lie. This is Yeah, this is no cap. This is no cap at all. They literally posted this on social media. They literally posted it on social media, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like this is like something totally different. But we have to get into this, okay? And so this was posted on the Daily Beast. So the Daily Beast posted this, and this is the headline. They said, "quote Nicki Minaj husband R-word accuser submits evidence from the 1994 trial." Okay, allegations. So they're saying that Jennifer Hughes' legal team has obtained court records from her 1994 R-word case, including photos, medical exam results, and transcripts of Kenneth Petty's guilty plea. Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, have yet to settle the assault lawsuit that Jennifer Hughes brought against him in 2021. Now, Jennifer's legal team has submitted new evidence from her original 1994 case with the Queens County Supreme Court, in which Kenneth Petty ultimately pleaded guilty to attempted R-word in the first degree. In a letter to the court filed Friday, Jennifer attorney Tyrone Blackman writes that the plaintiff initially requests the 1994 court records at the start of the litigation, but that due to the age of the request record, the Queens District of Courts Attorney's Office took a long time to retrieve, review, redact, and produce the records. The 1994 incident occurred when both Kenneth Petty and Jennifer Hughes were 16 years old. The newly submitted exhibit included photographs of injuries to a young Jennifer Hughes, face, neck, size, as well as police laboratory analysis report stating that Jennifer underwear and two vaginal smears were positive for the presence of, oh my gosh, of the S word. Okay. The report further states that the pair checker shot of shorts collected from Petty on the day the alleged assault was positive. Oh my gosh. So they have shown evidence that he did this. They're pulling the evidence. This is not too good. This is not good at all. This is not good at all. I told y'all. This is not good at all. So what they're trying to do is Jennifer is trying to get money. They said, what is the thing is? She wants money. She wants money. And but the reason is she was silent. It was Nicki that brought her back up to light and put that tweet out, that DM out. Oh, she was 16. They were girlfriend and boyfriend. Like that was the narrative that Nicki put out about this chick. Like put out about Jennifer. She said, "Oh, don't worry about it. They were dating. They were dating," and she kept saying that, and that what made her come out. That's what made Jennifer come out. It was all because of Nicki. People forget that it was Nicki that said something that they were dating instead of just being quiet, ignoring it, and that's why I heard someone saying, I could be wrong, but I seen it on Lipstick Alley that they're saying that Nicki Minaj regrets marrying her husband, being involved with her husband, because she felt like everything is getting overshadowed with her. She said every time that she gets into trying to do something like a new album, new drop, or whatever, they're bringing up her husband. They're not talking about her music. They're not talking about this. They're not talking about that. And then what Nicki is trying to do, she did. She tried to distract us by posting about she got a song in the safe that's collecting dust. And she dusted out, and it's gonna be the best song ever. She's trying to distract from this woman right here. And the only reason why she sued Nosy is because Nosy was talking about her. She brought her to the forefront, interviewed her, and talked about it. And she had a hashtag called Surviving the Petties. And Nicki couldn't sue her for that. But when that stupid bipolar, fishy, cat smelling piss woman kept saying, kept calling Nicki Minaj a drug addict, that is when Nicki Minaj came out and sued Nosy Ho. That was the reason why. She would have never sued her if she didn't say those things about Nicki Minaj. She would have never sued her. She would have never sued her if she would have just kept it on Jennifer. She would never sue her. But when she started lying about Nicki Minaj, that's when it came out. Then she started talking about Nicki's child, saying the son gonna end up like the father. She said all of this stuff, and that's why she sued. That's it. Just that simple. Nicki would have never sued if it wasn't for what Nosy said. All right, Nicki would have never sued. Okay. Nicki would have never sued. Never sued. Soon when Nosy opened her mouth up and said what she said about Nicki and about her doing that powder up her nose, and that is when Nicki said, okay, I got her for slander. And that's when Nicki tied her way. And Nosy ain't been the same since. Well, she was always nutty because she would go off. She went off on Monica from All About the Tea. She said that lady was the Bango's chicken. She harassed all these people that had Monica on the yellow pages. She would Google all these Monicas and cuss them out saying you're Monica. And she's made about $30,000 that month, dragging Monica. It harmed Monica's reputation on YouTube because she painted this narrative that Monica was not a black woman, that Monica was a whole white man. Like she was trying to dox Monica and all of this type of thing that she was doing about Monica. And this was a whole Nosy. She was obsessed with Monica. Then she got mad because I dragged her. And then this woman posts my library clip and she ain't been the same since. She have not been the same since. She fell out with everybody that she came in contact with. Man, they say this woman have been blocked and banned from Blog Talk Radio. You know what I mean? Blog Talk Radio. And let's not even get into the fact when she did call the police department and when she cussed them out and dogged them. I couldn't believe it. She dogged the police department out on the phone, and that's when she lost her channel. She harassed the police. She dogged them, cussed them out live on there. And I forgot what case that she called herself defending. Cussed them out for filth. And then people couldn't stand Nosy because she had a lot of enemies. So this is the thing that she had to go through. Then she said she's going to go over to Clubhouse. She just didn't know where she was going. But this was her history, because when I had found this article about Miss Green, Marley Green, when she got banned from Blog Talk Radio because she was harassing veterans, saying all type of disgusting stuff about veterans. She was saying disgusting stuff about veterans. This woman was saying disgusting stuff about veterans. So what did they do? They banned. Oh my God. They banned her. They said, you got to get about, you know how difficult you got to be banned from Blog Talk Radio? From Blog Talk Radio? Because when the police situation happened, it was a video where the woman was dressed up like a slave, a child was dressed up like a slave, or they wasn't feeding the child dressed up like a slave. I believe that was the story. And she was calling the police department and she was harassing. And they said the child is not harmed because I believe the child was black, the parents were white. She got mad and started harassing the cops. And then she had a rude awakening. If Nosy Ho would have never lost her channel, that woman would have had 100,000 or more. She had massive engagement, massive momentum, but she lost her audience because when you stop being on YouTube, they're going to leave and go somewhere else. And a lot of those people went to the psycho sector. They over there, and some even came over here with me. Hi. So they came over because once you start leaving YouTube and abandoning the platform, your audience is going to leave you. They're going to go somewhere else because it's people that love and live and breathe YouTube. And it's nothing wrong with going on those other entities, but I stay where it's simple: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Thread, Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I got stationed here, and that's what I do until we're gonna try to do Twitch. But right now, we building this house. The problem is you try to build too many houses. Build this one first. Let this be the foundation. Let this be the foundation. Then you latch and do other entities. So that's how that goes. So I don't worry about, oh, let me go to Clubhouse. No, I do stationary because if I'm in a car, if I'm not streaming live, I can go on stationary and talk on my phone and do a whole show. But if I'm not streaming, or if I'm not streaming live like on YouTube, hit that or just don't do none at all and worry about the next show. And you don't worry about other people. And that's the problem with Nosy. She just went on attack instead of like writing down highlights and be like, no, let me not get into that about the Nicki Minaj allegations, about her whole doing the cocoa. She would have been in a so much better position. She would have, but she didn't want to do that. And then now she's dealing with the demonetization stuff. And then she said, well, I'm not going to apply and appeal it. Well, you should appeal it. Always you should appeal it to see what did you do and go back to see what you did. If you play somebody content, see if it was that, etc. But she can't focus because maybe she don't want to do it. She just want to create chaos. Yeah, she want to create chaos. She's a agent of chaos. Now, I want to get to this part 2 of this Jason Lee piece. All right, Jason Lee, you already know Jason Lee went on T.S. Madison went on Jason Lee's show, you guys. And I'm trying to understand why it wasn't on Revoke. I didn't see it on Revoke. I could be wrong. If it was on Revoke, because I saw it on Hollywood Unlocked, because he got to deal with Revoke. But anyway, this is the set. Beautiful set. T.S. Madison there. Beautiful purple or blue. I think that's blue. Beautiful blue. And so they were talking about some things on yesterday. We left off them being friends and etc. And Jason got mad because T.S. Madison interviewed Tasha. But I also want to get into some of the highlights of the interview when it comes to stuff like that. She talked about, how the movie that she did, The Perfect Fine, and how, how she bonded with Gabrielle Union. And it's no shade because I'm not a hater. That movie, The Perfect Fine, it was a good movie, good quality movie. It was good, young, and Dana Kruger. But when T.S. Madison had a part, it wasn't that big, but it was memorable. Taraji, I think she lost her parrot. And so T.S. Madison lost her parrot. And Gabrielle Union was there to like tape her. And T.S. did that segment. I was like, I laughed. It was a funny segment. So make sure y'all go watch The Perfect Fine. T.S. Madison did good on it because I'm not a hater. Like if you do good, I'm gonna say you did good. So they talked about that. Then this is the part that they got into. They said, and so Jason was like, "Yeah, you did another movie. What was the name of the sister? What was the name of the movie? You did another one, the gay movie. He didn't even know the name of the movie." And he said, "I heard that the movie did good, but it didn't sell that. It flopped." Yes, it flopped, and I promoted the movie, and I know you didn't, honey. You promoted that movie to white folks. What you should have did is what you're doing now, promote that movie to black people, okay? And then the issue with you, T.S. Madison, you going on people's shows that y'all supposed to be so friends or lovey-dovey. He didn't even watch that movie. So he's telling you without telling you that it was trash. And then he's talking about, I heard it was a good movie, but you didn't see it. You didn't watch it. You didn't see it and watch it. Okay? Or you didn't watch it and hear it. Because you didn't watch the same thing. Anyway, so you weren't there. You didn't participate and buy a ticket to the movies. We did. But this chick with the big hands sit here and get mad at me, X, Y, and Z. But these people that you supposed to be friends with, collaborating with, didn't even watch your movie and go and support it. Didn't even buy a ticket. Before you remove me from your IG because you can't handle this smoke, you looked at my story and you put a heart. You gave it a heart or whatever when I went to the theater because I was the only one there. But I supported it though. But I also have an issue with this part of what you said out of your mouth. You're gonna say, "Well, straight people, it was too progressive." They're talking about cisgender. It's too progressive. They talk about gay black history. It's a love story with white people. Too white. It wasn't enough black. The issue is y'all are blaming straight. I said, girl, you blaming straight. You should have said, why didn't gay folks come out? Straight people just didn't want to see that movie. And they have every right. Don't know straight people want to keep saying a movie about a gay love story. They don't identify with a gay love story. Okay? So the question would have been, why do you think gay folks didn't go see the movie? Why is it on the straight people? And I had a problem with that director blaming straight people for not going to that movie. Why are you blaming straight people? Why are you not blaming gay folk? Because they didn't go. I can understand if gay people went to the movies and watched it and support, and it could have hit larger if straights would have, but they didn't go see it. So anyway, let me go and talk about this. Then also she said, well, I'm a Universal girl. I'm a major giant studio girl, and all of this, but no, you're not getting paid fairly. And you're talking about Universal, and them same studios ain't paying Gabrielle Union fairly. You see how stupid you sound? I'm a Universal girl, and I love this is why I don't drag you. You ain't no Universal girl, honey. You were pick what thing. You're not a Universal girl, okay? You're not getting paid fairly. You're still on YouTube. You're still making money digging in between your legs and getting that resources from that, right? So you're not a Universal girl. Okay. All right. They're not even paying. People is on Tom Cruise on a strike. These people are striking because they're not getting enough support from these studios. All right. So she got into this. Now, this is other part that I want to get into. She said about the whole thing with RuPaul. They said extrovert, introvert. He's a Scorpio, and Scorpios are very private. Like, yes, I do my shows, but once this camera's off, I'm done. And I'm more cool, laid back. I don't do this. I'm just a cool, laid back person, but you can't tell it because on the internet, but personally, I'm just as quiet. I don't make any noise. Just give me a book and some music and I'm good. But also I want to say this with that part, they talked about the whole visuals and Beyonce, the visuals and all of that. For Beyonce, they supposed to do all that. And she said, that she always give big peen energy. She always talk about that peen, girl. Then they get to Tasha K. Talking about, I know who gave that passport. It is illegal to post somebody's passport. I think that is wrong. I think she got that from Google. It is illegal to use somebody's other passport identity, but she have not been arrested. And then Tasha K came out and talked about T.S. Madison, dragged T.S. Madison on her Twitter account. And this woman, she dragged her and kept calling this woman Timothy. She kept saying Timothy on her Twitter account because she know that gets to Tasha K. Tasha K gets on her skin. She said this: didn't Oliver, your BFF, allegedly take a picture of a certain pill bottle in your purse and send it to your ops? And that's how those rumors of your blood work got started. # loyalty, # Timothy. Then T.S. Madison responded and said, # Tasha K. Girl, know your attempts at reads are late. When you go to recycle the A word and the HI reads, child, I'm so used to that. Pills, bottle, yarn. Imagine having to give up your 5-bedroom dream house you birthed to. Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna say that. I'm listen. I'm not gonna get into the whole. I'm not gonna get into that because they're going in on the babies. And T.S. Madison. Okay. Then Oliver said, no, Oliver, 1, never took a photo of anyone, anything to send to anyone. And 2, never was in possession of knowledgeable of any photo to send to anyone. I pray for healing to everyone. Then Tasha K said, Dee said this morning that it was you, not my words. Then Tasha K said, # T.S. Madison, a.k.a. Timothy, on how to get away with # PPP loan fraud. Now you trying to steal money to my now you trying to send stolen money to my kids in Africa, or worried about my debt when your house is being renovated on a PPP loan money and your mortgage is consolidated into a debt consolidation plan, allegedly. Sue me. I'm deposing you to answer questions about this PPP loan you and Chi Chi got at this address. Everybody knows Chi Chi ain't got no damn job. You would think he would clean that dirty head all that time he had on his hands. Oh my gosh. They said paying full event or forgiven. Timothy is in Georgia receive a PPP for $20,832. Then it say Timothy. Oh wow. Okay. I'm a mind my business, child. Y'all doing too much, child. These are receipts that it was a mess. It'll be a mess on Twitter, but it's just a mess. And this is what Tasha K said. Oh, and lastly, before I head to the beach, tell your viewers why you really count your last show in New York. Them people book flights and hotel only for you to make up a lie. Kaya gone, Funky gone. There's no talent to market because ain't nobody coming to see you. You use them people so you could blame it on the venue when in reality Funky has outgrown you and those purple dresses. Kaya don't F with you. Your show was canceled on Fox, and Funky's got added to Fox Soul 5 days a week. Now you call me and my kids all the names you want. Wait a minute. Let me take myself off camera. Hold up. Let me take myself off camera. Don't do that. I'm still live. Oh man. Okay. Well, anyway, she did cancel a show in New York. She said people booked for because it wasn't selling. I tried to tell y'all it was not selling. Even her cruises, she don't get that many people at her cruises no more. At first, it was a lot. Her popularity is drowning with her audience. So we will see how this is going to go with her show. But also the point that I want to get with the whole Tasha K piece and they arguing and she talking about how she dragged her and her all of this. But I'm gonna say this. A lot of times people can't come out and say, I use Tasha K. What? They use Tasha K and they don't want to say that. I use Tasha K because I knew that if you go against her ops, you will get on the show. Because how did I know that? When I have old emails and I can post it for the members one day back in 2018, like in the beginning stages of my career of the Wiley Show, me being consistent, I would send emails to invite Tasha on the show. She never came on the show. She never responded, but she got those emails. The day of her falling out with Armand and the day Armand dragged her and they was going at it, I'm live. She went on my show, and she started talking about Armand Wiggins. So I know for a fact that this woman will come on your show if you go against her ops. The same thing with Maddie. She had an ops with Armand. She brought T.S. Madison. Clearly, have you noticed that Armand did not debunk what I'm saying? Usually called me psycho, stupid, and slow, snotty nose, everything else out of his mouth. But this particular case, I'm right. He booked her out of spite because he wanted to. She wanted to get back at Armand Wiggins. She wanted to dilute it. Like, listen, I got T.S. Madison in here, blah, blah, blah. But that backfired. Then T.S. Madison want to be all friends with Nicki. She think that Tasha is so close to Nicki. So this is how this goes. And then she get there in the basement. Look what happened. They fell out. But you and like T.S. Madison, you invited her to that. Then T.S. Madison, you went on her show in the basement. So y'all both was doing. You been knew she was a liar. She had all this Cardi B information. She lied on so many people. She have lied. So you knew that she was controversial. But you took that risk because it benefited you. You needed help because Kaya left your show. So you needed help or left the show that y'all created because both of y'all created that. She left, and so you needed some controversial people in there. Just admitted it. Just admit that. Just admit the fact that you did this stupid stuff. And so when that happened, they talking about friends. This person, my friend. She's talking about Nicki, her friend. She said she cool. She said Nicki is her friend. She's not your friend. Stop calling these people your friend. Can y'all please just say associate that we know of each other? Are we friends now? That's a strong word, friend. They just say this stuff. And then we already know Jason upset because you felt like you did me wrong because we supposed to be friends. This is all the issues that they have in these entities. And now when we get back to the part with the whole T.S. Madison, Tasha, that situation is funny, but everybody that Tasha K have been in cahoots with fell out. She do not stay with you long term. There is not one person to stay with it. And the reason why Bonnie Blue is standing with it because she ain't trying to, because Tasha asked Bonnie Blue. She asked Bonnie Blue. Bonnie, she didn't just show up in Bonnie Blue chat like, hey, drop the link and let me come on. She asked Bonnie Blue, hey, can you come and host my show? Then she asked her again, hey, can you come back and host my show? And Bonnie Blue did it and did a great job. So that's a difference there. But everybody else, they want to work with Tasha K. They want to be in the bed with her. But once she kicked them out the bed and started dragging them, now they want to talk about how nasty her box smell. Like, but you didn't care how nasty her box smelled because you was in that smelling and drinking, throwing wine down there and drinking it with a straw. So you didn't care nothing about how her box smelled. So don't talk about her nasty box now. Don't talk about she look like a gremlin now. Don't talk about that your makeup artist make her look great now, because you was all peaches and cream when you thought that this was the best thing ever to have her on the show. And that's why Jason was upset because you had Tasha K on the show, even though I don't have a problem with you doing it because you know Tasha K is an entertaining force. It's just that they need to stop. Okay, she will always be friends with people to find content on them, to find dirt on them. That's what she do. She couldn't do it with Wiley because we talk about our dirt. So there is no, I'm gonna say this to dirt. I talk about it all. I talk about my business. And Tasha, and one thing that Tasha K zoned in when she had her mother on, she was in the kitchen with her mother during COVID. They was in the kitchen. And she said, you know why I like Wiley? He always talked about his family. And the mother was offended. He talked about his mother. She was offended by that. So does Tasha. So she can't befriend me to talk about dirt when I talk about it all. I talk about my dirt. It's all out there. My dirty laundry all out there because it's part of my content, just like she talked about her dirt. So she can't use me and be like, blah, blah, blah. Like the camera, we all know that. I say, hey, she gave the camera, blah, blah, blah. It's all content. So that ain't no secret. Like, oh, a secret. Like, no. It's no secret at all. It's all that you did it, and she did that to control. It didn't work because again, Tasha K fell off. She fell off hard. Like I can't even watch her app. I used to be like, I gotta go and watch Tasha K's show. I gotta go watch her product because I know her show is off the chain today. That fuckery Friday gonna be some fuckery Friday. But shit, that fuckery Friday, I'm sleep like fuckery, you know. F that used to be, but in my earlier career, I used to go live right after Fucking Friday because I was such a fan. You know, I was just a fan with a YouTube channel just to get my thoughts. But I haven't done that in so long because I can tell that it ain't the same. It's not that organic. It's too well produced. Like it's too force produced. It's not enough off the cuff. You know, so it's just not for me. It's phasing out, but. You know, I will always talk about when she come up because she's always in the news. She want to be. This is what she likes. She want to be talked about. She want to be discussed. She want to be dragged. She want to be whatever it is. I don't think she want to be dragged. She like to be talked about. And because she said she don't like being dragged by content creators, especially by me. She just don't like it. Okay, she don't like it at all. She say disgusting stuff about like this is how evil she is. Like when she thought that Armand had a picture of his daddy being a pedophile. This woman called me. Wow, I think it's him. I really, wow, you sure that's not? I said, that's not his father. But she tried it. And then when we went to Clubhouse, she said, come to my Clubhouse room. I'm like, I'm coming to Clubhouse. So I'm coming up on the stage. And then she started dragging Armand, mama and daddy. She started dragging them like for filth. Yeah, don't be quiet. And I was quiet because I was like, I don't want to say nothing about his mama and dad. Like, I just don't want to do that. Like, first of all, I'm at work and I'm outside and I'm trying to see what's talking. And she was just going in on his mama and daddy, saying all type of stuff I'm not going to repeat live on Clubhouse. And she thought I was going to tag team on it. I was like, no, I really want to go on his mama and dad and stuff. Don't be quiet now, nigga. That's what Tasha K said on the platform. And I was like, no, and that's when I think that ever since that day on Clubhouse, I think she kind of shifted because she knew like, I said like, no, check this too much. First of all, this is stupid. Why are we on Clubhouse dogging out his parents? Like, and then when I went to his social media, I was like, oh, I understand why you did it. You pissed that he dragged you again. Because it gotta make sense. She pissed. She's really, really pissed. And then when you because we don't have 3,000-4,000 people in the chat, but when you a person got 3,000-5,000-6,000 people in the chat and dragging her, she'll go live and pretend like, oh, hi, Rhinos, I am up. I just had this surgery. And she act like she's just talking regular, but she got her laptop like playing or her television, something playing where she can see the comments and she'll stay live because she'll think the viewers will come to her because it makes her feel good when her name is in the chat when people say, I'll be back, Tasha live. That's what she does. You know her for like she does the same tag strategy. And then she go to YouTube channels. Like that's what she do. She don't do it as much because she's busy. She got to pay off $4 million and she got to pay off a lot more people. She got the Bishop Wright here. They connected with Cardi B lawyers. So she got a lot of stuff that she's dealing with. I've never seen a lawyer team teaming up with the pastor with Bishop team. Like they didn't even know, Cardi B team didn't even know what Bishop team knew. They didn't know that. And so they up there collaborating on some things. So this is crazy. So she don't have time to sit with you for 5, 6, 7 hours like she used to, like 2 hours, not with her hair over her head. She don't have time to do that. Now, when you go live and you do that, she'll do it. Unless you just trash me for filth, she'll be right up there. That's what she does. That's what she do. She does that. If you dog me out, like one time we was on her hard because we been on her hard. It's just like it get kind of late because she got to do something new. She'll go on these people's platform. Oh, you got 2,000 and Wiley can't even crack that. Or she'll throw it out on Storm. She just be throwing like, why are you throwing that on us? Who gives a darn? We still gonna talk about you. That don't get under my skin. And she trying her best to find what gets under my skin. Pretty much nothing. Because not like that, you would never know because I'm gonna turn it into content. And so you were mad that didn't get under my skin, and then you just go away. You go away, and then you want to send me a DM on Twitter. So that means you still follow me on Twitter. You just got me blocked. You do know when you block somebody on Twitter, they can still unblock you and still read your tweets. You do know that, right? Yeah. If you didn't know, you don't know. Literally, you can block somebody on Twitter, and then when you go to their page, you can view tweets and see, but they're still blocked, but they can see everything you post if your page is public. That's what they do on Twitter. So, you can't get mad. Like she see everything that I post. She see everything that I talk about. She see everything that I do. She watch me like a hoe. That's what she does. We up early in the morning. She's up watching right now. She's up right now. She ain't going to no beach. She ain't doing this. She ain't doing that. She's up watching YouTube. This is her sole purpose, and to stay on top. But she's not on top. Mr. Beast is. And she, you know what I'm saying? She ain't on top. She ain't on no trending list. She never trend on YouTube. So people say she the queen. She may be the queen of this ghetto tea celebrity gossip. So I would give that title lovely tea or impressive. But she ain't no queen of YouTube. No, absolutely not. She don't even come close to being the queen butt watcher, diaper changer. Okay, she's nowhere near that. No, she is not the queen of you. She may be a queen of you, but she's not the queen of YouTube. The numbers don't reflect that. And when I turn to the homepage, I don't see her on the YouTube homepage, not your homepage. I'm talking about when you open up like a YouTube page, like YouTube, who they're promoting, it ain't no Tasha. Okay? They don't go. I've never seen a bald-headed, purple hair on the homepage ever on YouTube promoting Tasha. Do you hear me? All right. I just want to say that. Now, we're going to open up the phone lines. Y'all call in. But the whole trans thing, I'm going to say this, touch on it. At the end of the day, biological woman is biological woman. And everybody else is impersonating when you claim that. Period. Biological woman, here's what it is. You want to play dress up, you play in dress up. I get it. That's my opinion. I ain't changing it. And I'm glad that T.S. Madison admitted that she was being transphobic because she was talking about Wendy Williams. She was talking, and she also was telling people to lick on it. So she was doing a lot of stuff too. So I'm glad that she admitted that. But I just need her to stop saying transphobic because she do it as well. She called people all type of. She talked about Oprah. She talked about Candy having that go that manly voice, male masculine features. But if we say that, well, I can say it. I don't care what they say. If women say that, they automatically transphobic. Like, come on now, get up out of here. And then preference talk said the charges attempted. Well, again, what they have abused, they said it was actually some residue of some sticky stuff in between her yoni. Okay, from him, his DNA. All right, so we'll open up the phone lines and let y'all call in. Okay, give me a second here. Don't do it yet, because I let you call in and give y'all thoughts on that. And if you disagree with that, because everybody keeps saying attempted and this one and that one and everything, but regardless of what it is, he did that to that woman, and I need to know he did it to the woman, and she's suing him. I think, well, technically, since they're married, don't they mean that they can go after Nicki Minaj's money? I'm not a person. I don't know if they can go after Nicki Minaj money. All right, so the number is open. Okay, the phone line is open. I don't know if they can go after Nicki Minaj money. That's a good question. I don't know if they can go after Nicki Minaj money because they are married. Because I've heard that if your husband have owed child support, that if you're married, they can go after the wife income. Is that true? I don't know if that's true or not. If your husband owns child support payments on back child support, that they can go after the wife. I don't know if that's true. Hey, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wally, we also can't forget, and we need to hold T.S. Madison and Jason Lee. They made a commitment during that interview that they would no longer use this woman, so they're not using that vocabulary word anymore. You remember that?
Yeah, they did say that. Yeah, she did say. She said
so
she
we're going to hold them accountable. We're going to hold them accountable. You ladies out there, hold them accountable because they did make that commitment to you guys.
She did say it. She said,
okay,
and she is not going to use it unless she not going to use it. Just what she said.
Yeah, and that's what the ladies wanted. So hold her accountable. Put your foot down.
Put it
Even
down.
if it slips up, pull her out. Drag her. I also want to say this. With T.S. Madison, she tried to throw it. Even when she was throwing it like, yeah, she's Grammy Award winner, my lawyer's going to be doing the work, the paperwork, and this and this and that, and I'm so happy that Beyonce didn't steal from me and all that. But in that same sentence, she shaded Beyonce because she was like, it's because of me with the hot sauce in my bag and the baseball bat. I'm the one that did that. And when I seen Beyonce do it, that was me. So she did steal from you. If you're saying that was you and you didn't get any credit from it, am I wrong or am I right? I'm confused.
No, because
like she talked too much.
Yeah, I think she's not
much.
used to. She's just not used to this mainstream success. When it comes to that, she just spilled tea. Even like the whole thing with visuals, like that was stupid. That was dumb. Like but we do know Beyonce do steal. I'm not gonna act like she don't because she do. She admitted it. She said, "Y'all know me and Frank Adams, we go to them concerts to see what we gonna steal."
Yeah, but T.S. Madison saying that she was throwing shade as well as acknowledging, like,
of course she was.
Had a Beyonce concert, like a Grammy and this and that. I just can't stand the effer.
Like, you said you can't say, "Oh, well, for me, I can't. I can't stand the fact that she is going around this tour and trying to paint Tasha this evil person, like she didn't do Kaya evil, like go at her.
And she's evil as well.
Yeah.
She did what's her name? 1, 2, 3, Samantha James. Bad as well. Amal Wiggins already acknowledged that. So don't play the goody two shoes, T.S. Madison, because you're not a goody two shoes. You're evil as well. So if you're evil, Tasha K's evil, call it a spade. Y'all both evil. If that's the case, don't just say Tasha K is evil. Because trust and believe, I want Tasha K to do her deep diving. I want Tasha K to make history. I want Tasha K to dig up that T.S. Eve that passed away, that old best friend of T.S. Madison. I want her to interview her family. I want her to dig it up. I want her to call it out because Kaya already said that she robbed T.S. Eve. I remember Kaya was talking about that, and the stuff that Kaya mentioned is becoming true.
I heard that.
Okay?
I heard that.
And I'm gonna go back in the bushes, man.
All
but
right.
yes, the interview was whack. Before you cut this video,
Okay.
could you do a history of how many views did that video get?
Oh, what?
And how many views Tasha K got?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it. I'm gonna do that on Station.
All right, thank
Okay.
you.
But yeah, but I want y'all to make sure y'all go to my Station Head. We are done for this particular episode, you guys. Thank y'all so very much. And I will see y'all on Station Head. Make sure y'all go on Station Head and y'all can tune in over there on Station Head. Bye, subscribe. Okay. Oh, I gotta edit it.